The movie begins with Vic returning home after cycling. His wife, Melinda, greets him with curiosity. They have a young daughter who enjoys a favorite song despite her mother's irritation. Inside, Melinda asks Vic to help her choose a dress and fetch her black shoes, which he does willingly. At a party, they socialize with friends and drink beer. Melinda reconnects with her old friend Joe, which Vic notices. Soon, Melinda and Joe sneak away for a private moment and share a kiss witnessed by Vic. Despite catching each other's eyes, Vic realizes Melinda is lost in her fantasies. Undeterred, she dances on a piano to grab attention, then plays it, delighting the crowd. Vic smiles as if nothing is amiss. Later, Joe thanks Vic for letting him see Melinda. Vic cryptically mentions a missing man named Martin McRae and suggests Joe may be responsible. Joe laughs it off, but Vic warns him of the consequences if he continues his behavior. After Joe leaves, Melinda confronts Vic about his behavior towards a friend. Later that night, she enters the kitchen shirtless, angering Vic when he tries to send her away. This incident reveals Melinda's selfish and careless nature, contrasting with Vic's hobby of keeping snails as pets. Days later, Vic learns that everyone knows about his threat to Joe regarding Martin McRae. Melinda is aware of this too and insists Vic apologize to Joe. She invites Joe to dinner on Friday. When Joe arrives, Vic jokes that Melinda isn't home, making Joe nervous. Eventually, Vic reassures Joe and suggests they enjoy seafood and conversation together. At dinner, Vic learns Joe is allergic to seafood, a fact Melinda knew but withheld. Vic makes Joe grilled cheese instead, but Melinda joins in as if to provoke her husband. Vic then takes their daughter to bed, leaving Melinda and Joe alone. Later, Joe demands an apology for Vic's joke about Martin McRae's disappearance, but Vic remains serious and calls him an Uber. At a party, Vic and Melinda talk to a writer, who jokingly calls Vic a killer in reference to Martin McRae. Vic dances with another woman, making Melinda jealous. She tries to provoke Vic while he drives and later compares herself to other women. As they watch their daughter play, Vic receives a call about Melinda's bank account from the bank. Vic discovers Melinda sent $3,000 to a handsome pianist and becomes suspicious. He later sees Melinda flirting with the pianist. That night, Vic finds Melinda drunk at home and questions her whereabouts. While driving their daughter home, he sees the pianist carrying flowers that end up in their house. Vic confronts Melinda about her affair and a disregard for his feelings. She admits to spending the night with the pianist. Despite Vic's discomfort, Melinda invites the pianist to their party the following week, and Vic reluctantly shakes his hand. Vic once again catches Melinda being intimate with another man, even in front of him. As rain interrupts their party, everyone moves indoors. When Melinda discovers the pianist dead in the pool, chaos ensues as they try to revive him. The police investigate and Melinda accuses Vic of the murder. Despite questioning, the police find nothing incriminating. Vic wonders if Melinda is scared of him, but she blames him for their troubled life. Vic imagines Melinda with the other man and flashes of him taking his own life. Later, they invite friends to dinner and Vic asks them to stop calling him a killer. He continues to have suspicious meetings with Melinda about this incident. One day, Vic discovers hidden cameras in Melinda's car and finds her with a man who claims to be a psychologist. Later, he learns that Melinda and her friend's husband hired a private detective to spy on him, leading to a heated argument between the couples. Vic realizes Melinda is seeing yet another man. When Melinda's friend Tony visits, she embraces him as if he were her husband and reveals intimate details about their past. Vic feels uncomfortable witnessing the inappropriate behavior. Despite this, they enjoy dinner and music, dancing provocatively in front of Vic. Vic catches them heading upstairs to his bedroom, where they exchange glances. A few days later, Vic lures Tony into his car under the guise of Melinda wanting to see him. He drives Tony to a remote location, questioning him about Melinda and his dating history. Enraged, Vic kills Tony and conceals his body in the water. Upon returning home, Vic feels relieved and content. The next day, Vic and Melinda go on a picnic to the same location where Vic had disposed of Tony's body. Vic sees Tony's body floating in the river accidentally. That night, Vic learns Melinda is talking to another man named Don. She invites him to sleep in her room and confesses her love for him. The following day, Vic returns to the river to fix his mistake. Meanwhile, Melinda discovers Tony's wallet at Vic's workplace. Vic tries to hide Tony's body in the water when a stranger confronts him. As they struggle, a hand emerges from the river, startling the stranger, who flees. Vic chases him on his bicycle, resulting in the stranger getting into an accident. Vic returns home and the movie ends with a scene mirroring the beginning. It's revealed that Melinda placed Tony's ID in the fire and didn't inform the police, concluding the story.